Welcome, welcome. Let me get this thing to go live over here. All right. I think we're good to go. Welcome, welcome to episode 13 of Get You Some Therapy. Welcome to episode 13 of Get You Some Therapy, brought to you, of course, by my foundation, Remedy for You Foundation. Remedy, the number 4, the letter U, foundation.org. Remedy for You, foundation.org. I want to talk to you today very briefly about the reason why you need therapy as it pertains to accountability and discipline. I should say discipline, commitment, no, commitment, discipline, and accountability. The reason why I put it in that order is because you have to have commitment first to get any type of motivation, inspiration to have discipline. And then after that, you're going to have somebody or some way in order to continue that. And that's the accountability. So the reason why you want to have a therapist is because, Cindy, love, oh, thank you so much. The reason why you want to have an accountability partner in a therapist is because we as counselors, we keep you on your toes and we don't forget. Huh? We keep you on your toes and we don't forget. And what I mean by that is, yes, you can have your homegirls or your homeboys or whatever, your good Judy, to be your accountability partner. And they may be very much so into it. Like, yes, we're going to do this. We're going to go to the gym. We're going to eat healthy. We're going to drink our water, blah, blah, blah. And that can last for about a week, maybe even 2. But what ends up happening inevitably is life. Life ends up happening. It happens. It happens. They'll have an issue or they'll have a situation that comes up. You'll have an issue. You'll have a situation that comes up. And the next thing you know, well, girl, I just couldn't drink my water today. Well, I just couldn't go to the gym today. Oh, well, my car ran out of gas. Oh, I got a flat tire. Oh, me and my husband had an argument last night. Blah, blah, blah. There's a number of different things, which is fair, right? That's fair. I'm not trying to say in any way that when life happens, forgive my nails. I'm going to get my nails done next week. I'm not saying that in any way that when life happens, we should just ignore it. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that a professional will tell you, well, I recognize that. I recognize that you got a flat tire. And what's up? Lex is in the building, y'all. Lex is in the building. Let me tell you, Lex is a phenomenal mailman who is, he's not a mailman, he's a man who's a male, who is a counselor. He's real big on therapy, and he's someone that I recommend, and I'm so excited about having him on my men's retreats. Right now I'm doing my women's retreats, and you guys already know about that. You can go to my women's retreats this year, April. This is the first one this year, April 8th through the 11th. Register, sign up, remedyforyoufoundation.org. Those of you who have an Instagram, put retreat in the chat, and then the information will come to you. But when I do my men's retreats, he is going to be the main dude in charge. And I am so excited for the men who are going to come to that retreat because Lex is very good. Anyways, all right. So I'm not saying that life doesn't happen, nor am I saying that you shouldn't stop when life does happen. But what I'm saying is that your therapist knows your issues, knows your stimuli, knows what brings you here, brings you there, takes you here, takes you there, right? And so a therapist can bring you back around. Whereas your friend, if they are your accountability partner, which I hope you do have a bunch of accountability partners in friends. But if they too don't feel like it, somebody touch your neighbor and say, sometimes I just don't feel like it. Can we talk? Can we be honest? Okay. Most of the time, the reason why you don't do what you're supposed to do because you don't feel like it. You don't feel like it. So let's not play these games and talk about, oh, well, it was because I had a late night. Oh, well, it was because my husband got on my nerves. Oh, it was because this and that. Let me tell you something. Sexy Red just did a whole video, song, and all kind of stuff in the hospital bed with her damn hospital gown on, talking about, forget this kid, and I'm finna be out in the streets. I'm sure she didn't feel like it either, because I've never had a child out of my canal, but from every woman that I have talked to who has had a child, you ain't supposed to be bouncing up and down like that. The umbilical cord is still attached to your stanky tail. How in the world are you jumping up and down in the hospital bed talking about doing a rap song, this, that, and the third? Anyways, the bottom line is you may not feel like it, but if you are disciplined, where's my tambourine? If you are disciplined, you will do it anyway. Somebody said you'll do it anyhow. So sometimes the truth of the matter is you don't feel like it. That's when the therapist comes in. That's when I come in and say, I know you don't feel like it. I know you don't. I know you don't feel like meditating. I know you don't feel like journaling. I know you don't feel like going to the gym. I know you don't feel like doing an at-home workout. I know you don't feel like getting up at 5:30 in the morning. I know you don't feel like dealing with them children. So how can we work together to make sure that you are doing what you need to be doing? This is discipline. Because see, let me talk about motivation. Motivation and inspiration are like happiness. Happiness is a passing feeling. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, you gave me a present. I'm so happy. Oh, I went to Disneyland. I'm so happy. Oh, this is happening for me. I got a good report at work or whatever. I'm so happy. This is it's a time frame and a time stamp on happiness, right? Happiness is a fleeting emotion. It comes and it goes. The same as grief. It comes and it goes. Joy, on the other hand, is something that is a controlled consistency. I don't think anybody, I need to coin that phrase. Can I get a copyright in the building? Is there a copyright in the building? Controlled consistency is something that you are in charge of, that you can pull from whenever you need it. Am I saying anything to anybody here? Lex said, that's right. Self-love and self-value is curated in the mind and manifested through your intentional actions. This is why I love Lex. Did you hear what he said? Okay. So what I'm saying to you is this. You cannot, it's not good for you to be controlled by happiness because it's too up and down, up and down, up and down. You need to make sure that you put your foot in. You know, when somebody cooks something, they say you put your foot in the pot. You need to be able to put your foot in something and be able to control how you are going to feel at the root of who you are. Is this making sense? So your consistency is not negotiated based on whether you are motivated or not. Your consistency, hi Megan, love your lives. Oh, thank you, honey. Your consistency is not based on some type of video you saw on Instagram or something that inspired you. Consistency is based on discipline. That's it. And discipline comes in regardless of whether you had 8 hours of sleep, maybe you only had 5. It does not depend on whether somebody's going to babysit your kid or maybe they not. It does not consist on, he said he was going to bring some milk, but he did not. He said he was going to take care of the kid, but he did not. You were going to have a date last night, but you did not. You thought you was going to be able to go to the grocery store, but you did not. Discipline means I am committed. I am committed to something and I am going to do it regardless. Some of you say irregardless, but I'm going to do it regardless of what is going on in my circumstances. And I'm going to make sure I'm going to force this thing into action. I give my clients a good example. For those of you who want to be my client, go to MeganMcGlover.com. I forgot to tell you that. MeganMcGlover.com. I give this example. Have you ever driven a automatic car that does not have power steering fluid? When a car doesn't have power steering fluid, I mean to tell you, you're getting a full-blown workout in your forearms, your elbow. You didn't even know there was a muscle in your elbow, but you getting a full-blown workout trying to just make a small turn or trying to change lanes when you don't have power steering. Well, what happens in your life when you are trying to renegotiate your peace? Now that was good. Damn. That was good. Did y'all hear when I said renegotiate peace? Now that was good. Now God, that was good. When you are trying to renegotiate your peace, it is like trying to turn the steering wheel of a car without power steering. But if you don't re-steer or align that car, you will go into a ditch. You will go into a tree. You will go off the cliff. So you have to, with all of your might, you have to really, really re-steer. And sometimes you got to do the overlap. Watch me now. You got to do the overlap to make sure that you are taking that steering wheel. And you have to be consistent about it. Because what happens when you take your hands off the wheel of a car that doesn't have power steering fluid? It flips all the way back. So what we do in therapy is I just keep you on that wheel. I say, baby, come on now. This is something we agreed upon. The reason why you have to do this. Now, you guys know my tagline is what? What is my tagline? I am the reminder. That's my tagline. I am Megan McGlover and I am the reminder. And sometimes you just need a reminder to tell you why you are staying on that wheel. Just stay on it, honey. Just stay on it. Because once you stay on it, and then I'm going to reiterate to you through therapy why you're staying on it. Because see, you have gone through something. You've been through something. You've already come through. Don't you let it go. Don't you let it go. You've already done too much. Don't you let that steering wheel go. Because once you get it where you want it to go, the good thing about not having power steering fluid is when you do get it on the right path, you literally can let it go. And it will go in the direction that you want it to go in with least effort. Am I talking to anybody in here? Somebody said, ooh, I needed this today. Hallelujah. You have to put put yourself in the place that you want to be, then you can let it go. But you have to have some discipline and you have to have consistency. You have to continue to say, no, this is what I want. I don't care if he didn't bring the milk. I don't care if they didn't babysit. I don't care if I wasn't able to go out. I don't care. I am going to stay pulling and pulling until I get this thing in the way that I want it. Then I will let it go, because at that point you are just in law of attraction. At that point you're in law of attraction, because you are now on the proper course that you want to be, and there's no power steering fluid. You have a momentum now. Am I talking to you right? So the reason why in this episode 13, I want you to get some therapy is because you need somebody to not just hold you accountable to make you feel bad, but to hold you accountable to remind you of why you're doing it. You don't just need somebody to hold you accountable to make you feel bad because you're overweight or because of all these other things. You need somebody to hold you accountable to remind you of why you're doing it and why it is so important. So yes, you have the self-help books. I've written a couple. One is called Stop Lying. The other is called Tell the Truth. You can get Tell the Truth and pre-order it at remedyforyoufoundation.org. But in my books, I give you very serious instruction. But just because you have instruction, if you have not been able to heal, let me give you a better example. If you have a bunch of molded, old, nasty, how many of y'all watch Hoarders? Y'all watch Hoarders? Anybody watch Hoarders? The show Hoarders? When they redo your house, after they done came in and got the nastiness out of your house, they redo the refrigerator. Sometimes they'll take the refrigerator out and give you a brand new refrigerator, but sometimes they clean out the refrigerator that you have. They don't clean out the refrigerator and leave one or two items. They don't leave a bucket of old nasty magnet. You got maggots and mold and shit chicken. They don't do that. They take it all out. Then you can put some new food into this fresh, clean refrigerator. Well, what you do with your therapist is you clean out your refrigerator. You clean out your soul's compartment. Am I talking to anybody? You clean it out so that you can replenish it with the things that you want, the things that you need, the things that are going to be nutritious to you and will help you. Does that make sense? So sometimes when you're dealing with your friends and your homegirls and your mama, your daddy, your pastor, or whatever, they too have things in their refrigerator, old crap. Now, if you watch Hoarders, you will see that in Hoarders, they have an excuse for every damn thing that they want to keep. Oh no, well, the reason why I want to keep this here is because I got it for 1 cent. And if you go to Sally's today to get something with this type of elasticity like this, you're not going to pay 1 cent. You're going to pay $1. So so technically, this is 99-cent profit. And so I have to keep. They got a store. They got a store for everything. Oh well, they got a box of cords. Got about 20,000 cords in one box. Well, I'm going to keep this cord. Well, what does this cord go to? I don't know, but I'm going to keep it because just in case I need it for something, I'm going to have it. So I keep this cord because just in case. And so I'm going to keep this cord. Well, how many cords like this do you have? Well, I don't know. Well, the box has 50,000 cords, ma'am. Why are you keeping this cord? So what happens is when you end up having an accountability partner that's keeping cords and rubber bands, they'll end up making an excuse for you keeping your crap too. I'm talking good in this session. I mean, I'm talking real good. When you have an accountability partner that's keeping cords and bands, they'll say, well, yeah, it's okay for you to keep that pain and grief about when somebody hurt you in your past. It's okay. It's okay for you to keep being angry with your mama and not healing from that. It's okay. It's okay for you to be angry at all men all over the world because your baby daddy ain't crap and he don't do right and so forth. It's okay. You can hold on to it because I'm holding on to this. And if you dare say something about my cord and my rubber band, I'm going to fight you. So you end up having accountability partners that really aren't accountable for nothing. You have to have somebody that's willing to work this out with you and say, listen to me. I know that you bought this for 99 cents however many years ago. I recognize the value of this rubber band. But you're now bald. You're bald. So you don't need it, honey. You don't need this rubber band. You don't have any hair. What are you collecting rubber bands for? Why are you keeping this rubber band? You're bald. You need your counselor to be able to say, honey, this cord is outdated. Never be used again. Technology has moved forward. And this cord, whichever kind of cord it is, you're never going to use it. You're never going to use it again. And if you want to keep this one cord, that's fine. But you're going to get rid of the other 49,999 cords that you have. You can only keep this one. And the reason why you want to keep just this one cord is because it makes this one cord valuable. So that's what your therapist does. Your therapist actually helps you to understand why. Why? And I've done, last year, I did some talks with you guys about knowing your why. You guys remember that? Remember when I talked to you about you have to know your why. If you know your why, it's much more easy to be disciplined. Does that make sense? Right? So put retreat in the chat. The word retreat in the chat. Information will come to you. My women's retreat is April the 8th through the 11th in Miami, Florida. Please go to remedy4ufoundation.org. It is tax time. This is a 501c3, nonprofit. So that means any donations that you give to my nonprofit is completely tax deductible. You can write it off. A lot of you people need to be writing off stuff and giving to a legit cause. A legit cause, right? If you go to my website, it tells you everything that I'm doing. It tells you everything that I aspire to do with this foundation. I also want to make an announcement. I will be in Missouri, March 1st. March 1st, I will be in Missouri teaching my Healing Childhood Trauma workshop to parolees. I could not be more honored. I could not be more happy about this situation. It is just going to be fantastic. And this is the kind of thing that I want to continue to do. So your donations, all of that is very, very welcome. I love you guys very, very much. Get my book, Tell the Truth. You can pre-order it right now. Please sign up for the Women's Retreat. If you want to talk to me, one-on-one consultation and or one-on-one therapy, go to meganmcglover.com. I love you so much. And get you some therapy. I'm trying to help you.